All right, here we are, day 13. I'm just out here in the desolate city at the gym that's closed. Anywho, day 13, we're gonna be doing some intervals today. So today we're gonna do Tabata intervals. Tabata is 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off. It's meant to be intense. We're doing 8 sets of that interval at each one of these next stations here. So to make sure we get the most out of this, we want to definitely warm up all of these movements to make sure we're feeling super solid with them first before we begin that first Tabata. That way, when you start your intervals, you can just really get after it and let it rip hard. You also might want to download a Tabata timer. I like to use this one called WOD timer. It's free. I use the free version. Super easy to use. Check it out. Okay, it's Tabata time. So Tabata, I mentioned it wrong in the first part of the video. It's actually 8 sets of 20 seconds on, followed by 10 seconds of rest. Excuse me. So this first movement, the clean. So we're going to do on the clean, I want you guys to focus on that hinge from the hip, big hip drive, and then focus on the elbow, kind of pulling back once you extend the hips, and then punching across the chest here. So you want to keep that bell close. You don't want it arcing way out and slapping your wrist. Think about keeping it close and smooth. Practice a bunch of these before you start, just to make sure you get your technique dialed in. In the Tabata today, we're going to do one hand. We'll do the full 20 seconds. On the 10-second rest, we'll switch to the other side. So we'll do that all the way through the full Tabata set for the clean. After you do the full Tabata set on the clean, we're going to go for the high pull, doing, again, 8 sets of 20 on, 10 off. So I'm going to use a kettlebell that I can hang on to for the whole time, the whole working time. So with the high pull here, we want to keep the core tight. We want to pull that handle right up under the chin, trying to keep those elbows as high as you can. We don't want to let the elbows drop below the wrists. Great way to get the traps in the upper back here. And that is the high pull. And then from the high pull, we're going to go into a single arm towel row. I'm going to grab a towel. So any little washcloth will work. And basically the idea here is, the reason for it is just to work your grip in a little bit of a different way than if we're holding onto the handle. You don't have to use the towel. You could just use the handle. We're going to go in a bent over position. And then we're going to keep that back flat and just row towards kind of our belly button with our hand there, making sure we get as much contraction of the back muscles as possible. So you'll do a full 20 on one side, and then you'll switch every interval. Okay, last station. This one really burns, a front raise. So I'm going to hold it by the horns, keeping the body nice and solid, and then I'm going to raise that bell up to about shoulder to face level, trying to go for the whole 20 seconds. So this is a really fun workout, day 13 here. If it's your first time doing Tabata, have fun with it. It has a compounding effect, so it always starts out the first 2 or 3 sets kind of feel not too bad, but then as you get to sets 6, 7, and 8, it really starts to get spicy. Okay, guys, have a great day and get after it.